right. There we go.
Hi.
We're live. All right. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Drake.
And I'm Angela.
Well, they know you. This
well,
is your channel.
Case, you know? And this is Madison. Say hi.
We were having a really cool conversation. What was that? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And we were talking about what is love, right?
Yes.
And you shared some really interesting perspective. And yeah, go ahead. And because you had actually posed the question to on your last.
No, actually, I didn't. I was supposed to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can get to it.
You never got to. All right.
No.
Well, let's just do it then.
Okay, so basically, what is love? And I went around asking a lot of people, like, what is love? And what I got was a lot of people were telling me their love language. Oh, well, love to me is quality time or physical touch. And I was just like, no, because that involves somebody doing for you. Like, what is actually love? And it's very interesting because everybody was talking about a feeling that they get, either somebody is doing something for them and they feel it, or they're doing something for somebody else and they feel it. And I was like, I'm still not really getting a good definition of what is love. So I Googled it, and it still was about an affection with somebody. I was like, so it requires a feeling outside of myself. And I was like, I'm still not understanding that. So I asked my mentor, Dr. Sue Morter, and I said, hey, what is love? And I loved her answer. And she said, love is accepting, receiving, and being your authentic self. You are made of love. Love is what you are. Love is in you. It's all of you. It's a being. It's an essence. It's a vibration. So that is what you do, what you bring. So how do you feel about that?
So, what does that mean that, hang on. Yeah, we're making a video right now. Yeah, thank you, Dad. Okay, so, you said love is a being.
Just be.
Just be. Oh.
Just be your authentic self.
Okay.
And so, what is your authentic self? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people are just like confused. So, it's accepting all of your truth. It's accepting the truth of who you are. Like, for example, I love to hang out and be with people. That's part of my personality. I also know that I kind of have a little, bitch energy going on as being a owner of a preschool and being in charge of staffs and students and parents. Sometimes that, oh no, she didn't attitude came out, but that's still me. That's part of my personality, myself.
Oh, that's really interesting because I was looking at this today, and I was looking at specifically personalities and how we define ourselves as our personalities. But is that really who you are?
No, it's basically, I look at it as we have different personas of ourselves.
Yeah.
And some of our personalities have been developed through life experience.
Right.
And through traumas.
Right.
But it's to get in and saying, okay, I accept this persona, I accept all of this, because once you accept it and see it, you're able to move out of those energy and just stand in the essence of love, because that's what you really are.
Oh, okay. All right. So what if instead of just accepting that persona, like obviously it's there,
Yes.
right? And and you can't deny it. So you have to face it. It's,
Yes.
But I like that you said let go of it, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just making sure I'm following you, because I was looking at, well, who am I without all these personas? Who am I without all these things that I've defined myself as? Who am I, without a short temper?
You're just love. You're just compassion.
But is it even love?
It's being.
It's just being.
It's just being.
It's just being.
It's just being.
Right.
It's just being.
Right. And so it's cool because I took a moment to just, I was stripping away everything that I defined myself as. And I took a moment to just say, okay, well, what do I know about myself for sure.
Right.
Okay, I'm breathing.
Yes.
I know that. So I'm breathing and I'm here.
Mhm.
And that's about it.
That's about it. And the breath. I'm glad we talked about breathing.
Yeah.
Because the breath is very important. And just for you guys, let's do a quick breath. And one of the ways that you can do a nice quick breath to really get me in the body is I want you to just, when you inhale, I want your stomach to expand. And when you exhale, your stomach is going to come in. But when you take that inhale, you're going to take it from the bottom of your feet. You're going to bring it all the way up. And then you're going to exhale from the bottom, from the top of your head. Would you like to do a breath with me real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so you're just going to inhale from the bottom of your feet. And you're going to just go ahead, breathe it in, and exhale off your crown, off the top of your head. And then you can go ahead and bring it, oops, my screen. Go ahead and bring it in from the top of your head. Stomach expand. And exhale all the way down.
On my butt, right?
Well, that's Mula Bandha, but we will get to that another day. But can you feel just coming into that breath? It's like it brings you into presence. It just brings you into being.
Well, I think most of the time we forget to breathe.
Yes.
We forget that we are breathing,
Yes.
for sure. And breathing obviously is essential. That's the one thing that, definitely grounds you to being here is breath. And then you should be taking every moment breath by breath.
True. And also in this time where people are really having anxiety,
Yeah.
Did you actually know that their breath is held in? And one of the things they can do is when the anxiety or stress, just go, ah, and keep going. Ah. Connect with the sound and let all that air out. Because what happens when they're really stressful, you see, and you know how you have that ugly cry? You have all that air in.
Right.
And it's just when even in doing the ugly cry, remember go, ah, and let it all out. And when we let it all out, it's like, oh, wow, that felt good. Because we're holding that breath in.
Yeah.
So in these moments of anxiety and stuff, don't go, no, it's to go, and connect with sound.
Okay. So let's bring it back to what we were talking about as far as love.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, if you are not love, you are just being
You're just
here,
being, yes.
right? And breathing, right?
Yes.
Then what is love actually?
State of presence.
Hmm.
If you really want to think about it, being present and just being. And when you're just being there, you're not within judgment. You are not in shame or guilt, and you're just there. And being in that place of, which I want to say wholeness, but emptiness at the same time, you can then be supportive of everybody around you.
Hmm.
Because it's kind of like you're full with you and you're empty at the same time.
I think if you are just being and just here,
Mm-hmm.
then you can be present, and then you can actually do things that are worth doing. And what I mean by that is actually being conscious of what's going on around you, being aware of what's going on around you, and actually making real solutions versus just trying to continue your circle of comfort.
Sure. Or
Right.
or just being in your protective personality.
Right.
Because when you're just being and you're present, your protective personality has really nothing to do.
Yeah.
So your protective personality, you give it a job, like, okay, look, follow me in the heart. You don't have to do, you don't have to think, just follow my heart. Because from an open heart space is where compassion goes in, is where the love that we have for one another and the humanity, and you can actually see, like I'm looking at you and I'm just being, I'm seeing you in your eyes, and I see your soul and I see your presence. And it's like, wow, I'm filled with overwhelming joy and love. And I don't have to tell you I love you. I don't have to sit and say, well, my love language is quality time and you're not giving that to me, because just me sitting with you and looking at you and being, I feel the love.
Yeah.
So there's no need for love language either.
So here's how I really see love then in that context. Love is actually taking care of something. And if you love something, you take care of it. right?
Right.
Meaning like, let's say like your dog, right?
I love my doggy.
Right. But if you didn't feed your dog,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't let her outside, if you didn't, you know, do the things to take care of her, and somebody saw you, would they say that that you love your dog if you weren't feeding her?
No, but that will also be their perspectives. Because in the essence, it's like, you know, what if I didn't have the financial means to feed her? Or what if I didn't have the financial means to get her groomed or things like that? So we need to be careful on some levels of being in judgment of what I consider love and you consider love, and then we're judging each other's, and then we're bringing that to the table.
Well, I'm just saying, love isn't an emotion.
No, it's just...
It's not the feeling that, like, obviously, like, you really like being with your dog and you want to be around her and you would mind if she died, right?
Yes.
But if you didn't care for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just let her rot, like let her die, and like, let's say you had the means, would that mean that you love her?
I don't know, because I mean, like, because I think that when I have love for it within myself, and I know what it feels like to have this feeling, then I there's a part of me that wants to express it with everybody and share that.
Yeah. But then you would actually be taking an action and like
Yes.
doing something as far as showing them that you care.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, a lot of times people will say like they have this emotion towards someone, even their own children, that if they're not providing for them, they're not giving them their best, are they actually loving them?
Well, then that goes into the question is, can you actually provide love to somebody else when you don't have it within you? Can you, if you're not whole and complete unto yourself, and you're not in the presence of being, then how can you be present for somebody else? So sometimes there's a way that I can sit and say, I love you, but if I'm hurt, and the only way that I know what to express love is through pain, then I used to have this thing where I believe that love equals pain. So if you wasn't hurting me, I didn't believe that you loved me.
Right, well, that's not love.
Exactly. But that was coming from a place of emptiness within me.
Yeah.
And so I created people around me to abuse me,
Right.
and to say, oh my God, this is love.
Yeah.
Because that's all I knew.
But that's what most people think love is.
Exactly. And love isn't.
Right.
And so it's coming into a place of wholeness and accepting all of me, all my personas, all my shadow, as they say, the shadow energy, all of within that's making Angela who Angela is in this moment. And saying, I acknowledge the space in which I exist, and I accept all of what my persona or allegedly I am in this time and space, and I'm just going to sit and be in it.
Okay. Well, hang on just a moment. Because the way I would see that, if I were to encounter someone like that, going through something like that, I would share with them, I would say, if in order for them to, like, if they love themselves, what they could do, what they should do, is to face all that they are, all those things, especially if they're thinking, because obviously that person's gone through trauma. Right? Face all those things that they've gone through and really investigate all those things and forgive their participation in all of those things.
And forgiveness is definitely key.
Yeah.
But to be honest, a lot of people are in so much pain and in so much hurt,
Yeah.
they can't even get to the forgiveness part.
Well, I'm not saying forgive anybody else.
No, it's to forgive themselves.
Right, but that would be loving yourself.
That's so loving yourself.
Exactly. Okay.
But because of the shame and guilt that we have of our traumas,
Yeah.
and we're holding on as part of our persona,
Yeah.
holding it as this is who I am,
Yeah.
I'm not going to forgive myself.
But see, that's what I'm saying as far as love is actually like the action of going through, like loving yourself, it's like, okay, that you have to take care of yourself.
You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And you, but the issue now lies is this persona I developed became who I believe that I am
Yep.
through the trauma.
Yep.
And if I actually forgive myself,
You have to let go of that persona.
Yes, I have to let go of that persona.
And it feels like you're losing like
And
a
then
part of you.
Yes.
You're losing a relationship
Exactly.
that you made. Yes.
And then now who I am.
Right.
Oh my God! Then
It's
I gotta
scary.
go get another persona.
It is. No.
You know.
But it feels that way.
It feels
It
that
feels
way.
like I have to fill this void.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And so if I get rid of this, and then who am I?
Right.
That leads me to this question. And so the fear of unknown
Yeah.
blocks me from ever moving forward because I'm so afraid of what's on that other side.
Ah.
And because I know this persona, because
Yeah.
this persona and I, we've been friends for a really long time.
Right.
I know when she needs her drink, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know who that next persona is. I don't know who this next person can be.
Yeah.
So how can I forgive the trauma in my life, release this persona who have I been so accustomed to now become being? How do I just be? How does it feel like to be? How does it feel to just breathe?
Yeah.
I haven't took a breath in forever.
Yeah.
And for me to sit here and take this nice breath and let go, it's frightening.
It is frightening. But at the same time, if you're just holding on to that persona, you're not living.
No.
You're not living. And so, but most people don't really understand that.
We don't know that we're not living because forgiveness and truly going into yourself and forgiving yourself and saying, you know what? And let's all try this. To take a good forgiveness and saying, I forgive myself for everything that I did not know.
Well, let's see this. How about this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to keep myself in the dark.
Yes. So I forgive myself that I have allowed myself, knowingly or unknowingly,
Yep.
keeping myself in the dark, keeping myself from not knowing my true self.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgive myself for living behind my personas.
Yeah. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not take responsibility for forgiving myself and for really finding out who I am.
I forgive myself for holding on to this pain, for holding on to this trauma, for the fear of what would it feel like if I actually let go.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgive myself for the fear of letting go, of the truth, or letting go of the lies, because the lies have helped me live this life.
Yeah.
And so I forgive myself for not knowing that forgiveness even exists or that it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just all of us just bring in that energy. And if you can't do it now, it's okay. But just bring in the fact that I forgive myself.
Well, hang on.
Yes.
Because you're not bringing in an energy. You're letting go of a lot of energy. You're letting
like
go
that.
of a lot of friction and conflict.
Yes. Letting go of the friction and conflict
That's what, yeah.
that I have created
And
in
it-
my life.
And it feels nicer because
Whoa.
you're actually like letting go of something that's bogging you down.
Yes, so I forgive myself.
Yeah.
And I choose to let go. I choose to surrender. I forgive myself for always being that warrior.
Mm.
I was told that I need to be the warrior.
Yeah.
I was told that I'm not allowed to cry.
Yeah.
I was told that I was not allowed to feel. So I forgive myself for keeping these emotions in me. And in
Yeah.
this time, in this space, in this moment, I choose to surrender and I choose to just let it all go.
I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to accept all those things that were told to me
Yes.
and not investigate it or question it or challenge it. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to go this long
Yes.
without actually understanding what's going on within me.
I forgive myself for not honoring the space in which I exist.
Mm. I think that was pretty good. I think we can leave it at this.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed this, then leave a comment for Angela, and let us know if you want to see another one of these.
Yes, so thank you for sitting with us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon, just chatting. And if you actually need help and forgiveness, you feel free to contact me or Drake or anybody, because this is really much, forgiveness is always for you, and it's you. It has nothing to do with the other person or the situation. It's for you, for your healing, for your authenticity, for yourself, and for you to be. So please remember to breathe, and thank you for watching.
All right.
Bye.